I need you to grant me a moment of stillness. I know the world screams for your attention. The emails pile up, the phone buzzes with an endless stream of demands, and the chorus of voices in your own mind never seems to rest. They replay yesterday's regrets and rehearse tomorrow's anxieties. But for this moment, I am asking you to quiet them all. Push the noise away, breathe in, and listen, not with your ears, but with the deepest part of your spirit. Because what is about to be spoken is not a broadcast for the multitude. It is a sealed letter penned from eternity, addressed specifically to you, and delivered by my Spirit in this exact appointed time. Your presence here, hearing these words, is not a coincidence. It is not the random chance of an algorithm. It is a divine intervention. I have woven this moment into the very fabric of your day, parting the chaos to create this sacred space between us. I have done this because the message your soul has been crying out for can no longer be delayed. It is a message of urgent and life-altering importance. It is the master key forged in the fires of my love, designed to unlock the heavy invisible chains you have been dragging in silence for far too long. I see you. 2 simple words, but let them sink past your intellect and into your heart. I see you. I know the version of yourself that you present to the world. It is a masterpiece of strength and resilience. It smiles on command, it shows up early and stays late, it carries burdens without complaint. It offers encouragement to others even when its own well is dry. It is the face of competence, the pillar of reliability, the anchor in a storm. It is a carefully constructed fortress designed to protect the fragile truth of what is happening inside. But I see past the fortress walls. My gaze is not fooled by the armor. I see you in the moments of unguarded honesty, the moments no one else is privy to. I am with you in the car, after you have dropped the kids off, when you finally let out the breath you have been holding and the tears begin to stream down your face. I am with you in the shower, as the water washes over you, mingling with tears of exhaustion and frustration, the only place you feel you can truly fall apart without judgment. I am with you in the dead of night, when the house is still and the darkness presses in, and the only sound is the frantic drumming of your own heart against your ribs, a rhythm of fear that sleep cannot silence. It is in these moments that I see the real war, the secret battle. This is a conflict waged on a silent, invisible battlefield. It leaves no visible scars, awards no medals for valor, and has no parades for its veterans. Its only byproduct is a profound soul-deep weariness that no vacation can cure, an internal exhaustion that sleep cannot touch. This is the war you have been fighting day in and day out, with a courage that has gone completely unnoticed by the world. It is the secret battle of the parent, who reads bedtime stories about heroes and faith, all the while a tempest of financial terror rages in their heart. They smile at the school gates, talk about the weekend, but their mind is a frantic calculator, constantly subtracting, dividing, and coming up short, haunted by the fear of their children going without. They lie awake at night, not from noise, but from the deafening silence of a bank account that is screaming emptiness. It is the secret battle of the entrepreneur, the leader, the dreamer. You stand before your team, casting a vision of a bright future, projecting an aura of unshakable confidence. But alone in your office, you stare at spreadsheets that mock your dreams. You carry the crushing weight of your employees' mortgages, their families, their futures, all resting on your weary shoulders. You fight off the incessant whispers of failure, the temptation to just give up, to let the dream die. You feel like an imposter, a fraud, waiting for the day everyone discovers you are not as strong as you appear. It is the secret battle of the spouse, the partner, the heart of the home. You are the emotional bedrock, the one who remembers the birthdays, schedules the appointments, and absorbs the stresses of everyone in the household. You pour out love, grace, and forgiveness from a vessel that is cracked and empty, receiving little in return. You lie in bed next to someone who feels a million miles away, drowning in a loneliness that is all the more painful for its proximity. You fight the battle against bitterness, against resentment, choosing every day to love and serve a family that does not see the cost. It is the secret battle of the student, sitting in a lecture hall surrounded by peers who seem to glide through life with effortless success. You are fighting a relentless tide of anxiety, a suffocating blanket of depression that makes the simplest tasks feel monumental. You battle the crippling voice of comparison, the paralyzing fear of the future, and the devastating lie that you are fundamentally deficient. Every grade, every social interaction feels like a test not of your knowledge, but of your very worth. It is the secret battle of the caregiver, watching a loved one fade away. You administer medicine, offer words of comfort, hold a frail hand, all while your own heart is breaking into pieces. You grieve in silence because you must be the strong one. You fight the battle against anticipatory grief, against physical exhaustion, against the unfairness of it all, while maintaining a facade of cheerful hope for the one who depends on you. It is the secret battle of the believer, the one who loves me, yet wrestles with a faith that feels fragile and worn. You sit in the pews, you sing the songs, you say amen, but inside, you are in a cage match with doubt. You cry out in the darkness, God, where are you? Why are you silent? I am doing everything right, but nothing is working. Do you even see me? You feel like a hypocrite, terrified that someone will discover that your faith is not the bedrock it appears to be, but a shoreline with the tide going out. This secret war has become your shadow, your unwelcome constant companion. It has colored your perceptions, limited your joy, and siphoned your strength. It has built walls of isolation around your heart, making you feel like a solitary inmate in a prison of your own struggle. You look at the curated perfection of others' lives on social media, and the enemy uses it as a weapon to deepen your sense of alienation. And in that isolation, in that silence, the accuser of your soul, the father of lies, has found his fertile ground. He leans in and whispers his most venomous, most effective lies, tailored just for you. You are completely and utterly alone in this. If anyone knew the truth, they would judge you. You failed. This is your fault. This is a punishment for your past sins. God is disappointed in you. He has moved on to someone more faithful. This is your life now. It will never change. You will die in this battle. He has worked tirelessly to use this secret battle to rebrand you, to strip you of your royal identity as my child, and to slap a new label on you. Struggler, failure, forgotten. He wants you to accept this war as your unchangeable reality, this trench as your permanent home. But today, right now, in this sacred moment, I have descended from the throne room of heaven, robed in righteousness and wielding all authority, to personally serve him an eviction notice from the premises of your life. I have come to declare, with the full backing of the angelic host and the unshakable power of my name, that his entire campaign against you is built on a foundation of lies. Every tear you have cried, I have collected them in a bottle. They are precious to me. Every prayer that was nothing more than a painful groan, I have understood its every nuance. Every time you chose to get out of bed and face another day, when every cell in your body screamed for you to surrender, I have recorded it in the book of remembrance as an act of heroic faith. You have been laboring under the false assumption that you were fighting alone, that my silence was indifference, that my distance was disapproval. Oh, my precious beloved child, if you could only see what your quiet, persistent faith has been accomplishing in the unseen realm. If you only knew the celestial battles that have been waged on your behalf while you were sleeping, the demonic assignments that were canceled because you chose to whisper my name in the dark. You were never alone. Not for a fraction of a second. I was closer than your own breath, holding your heart together, sustaining your sanity, and meticulously preparing for this very day, the day of your great deliverance. And that day has dawned. That day is today. The era of your silent, solitary warfare is officially and irrevocably over. The season for your public, undeniable victory has begun. Listen to me now. Let this truth seep into the driest parts of your soul. The kingdoms of this world measure strength by outward displays, the loudest voice, the biggest army, the most visible triumphs. But I, your God, have a different economy. I measure strength by the integrity of a heart that refuses to break in the dark. I honor the breathtaking courage it takes to be kind when you are in pain. I celebrate the defiant faith that clings to a promise when all evidence points to the contrary. Your secret war has not been a waste. It was not a punishment. It was a crucible. It has forged a character in you that is pure gold. It has cultivated a depth of empathy that will be a well for others to drink from. It has stripped you of self-reliance and taught you the profound intimacy of depending completely on me. You have been a warrior in the trenches, your feet stuck in the mud of despair, your ears ringing with the explosions of bad news. You have held the line against wave after wave of fear, accusation, and intimidation. You have fought with a tenacity that has caused all of heaven to stand in silent awe. The enemy was so sure of your collapse. His strategy was simple: apply unrelenting pressure, maintain absolute isolation, and repeat an endless loop of lies until your spirit finally shattered. He miscalculated. He profoundly underestimated your spirit, because he profoundly underestimated the spirit of the one who has made his home inside of you. He mistook your silence for surrender. He misinterpreted your tears as a white flag. He saw your bone-deep weariness and began to celebrate his imminent victory. But he forgot a foundational truth of my kingdom. My strength is not just present in your strength, it is perfected in your weakness. Every moment you felt you were at your absolute end was the very moment my power surged to sustain you. Every time you were knocked off your feet, it was my hand that stabilized you, even if you were too dazed to feel it. I have been your shield against arrows you never saw, your rear guard against ambushes you never knew were planned, your ever-present help in a trouble that was deeper than you realized. And now, a different sound is being released from the throne. It is not the sound of a distant battle. It is the sound of a final decisive trumpet call. It is a frequency that makes the foundations of hell tremble and causes demons to flee in terror. It is the sound that announces a permanent and irreversible shift in the spiritual government over your life. It is the sound of the King of Kings personally striding onto the battlefield. And understand this, when the King himself shows up, it is not to help you fight, it is to end the fight. Allow me to open your spiritual eyes. I want you to see this with the clarity with which I see it. Picture a soldier, a lone sentinel, assigned to a forgotten outpost, a small fortress perched on the edge of a vast, desolate canyon. For what feels like an eternity, this soldier has been under a relentless siege. The enemy's army is a sprawling dark ocean of malice, their campfires like 1,000 angry eyes staring from the canyon floor. The fortress, once strong, is now scarred and broken. The gates are splintered, the walls are crumbling, the storerooms are bare. The soldier is malnourished, exhausted, and haunted by the ache of being utterly alone. Every sunrise brings a fresh assault. Every sunset brings the chilling taunts of the enemy, their voices echoing up the canyon walls, whispering of defeat and despair. The soldier has fought with every ounce of remaining strength, patching the walls with trembling hands, rationing the last crumbs of bread, fighting off attackers with a sword that feels impossibly heavy. They have sent raven after raven with pleas for reinforcement, but the sky has remained silent and empty. The ember of hope has shrunk to a spark. The soldier has started to accept the narrative of the enemy, that they have been abandoned by their king, a forgotten pawn left to perish in this forsaken place. One morning, the soldier is jolted awake not by the clash of steel, but by a deafening silence. The taunts have vanished, the war drums are quiet. A strange light filters through the cracks in the walls. With heart pounding, expecting a trap, the soldier climbs the dilapidated watchtower, peers over the edge, and braces for the worst. But the sight that greets them shatters their reality. The canyon floor is no longer a sea of darkness. It is a river of light. The king's army, a host more numerous than the stars, their banners radiant, their armor gleaming like polished gold, fills the canyon from end to end. In the midst of this glorious army, the enemy camp lies in smoldering ruins. Their tents are ash, their war machines shattered, their banners trampled in the dust. It is a scene not of struggle, but of absolute uncontested victory. The soldier stands there, utterly bewildered. There was no great battle at the fortress gates. They heard no clash of armies. They were inside, preparing for their final futile stand. At that moment, a royal herald, mounted on a steed as white as snow, approaches the splintered fortress gate. The herald looks up at the battle-worn soldier and calls out with a voice that is both powerful and kind. "Sentinel, the victory is won. What are you still doing hiding in the ruins?" The soldier, voice hoarse with disbelief, calls down. "I was holding the fort. I was defending my post. I was fighting the siege." The herald's laughter rings through the canyon, a sound of pure joy. "Brave soldier, your fight was never the main event. The king knew the enemy's strategy was to distract you, to fixate your attention on this small fortress, to make you believe this tiny skirmish was the entire war. But while the enemy was busy trying to wear you down here, the king and his army engaged them in the main battlefield on the canyon floor. The war was decided while you were sleeping. The king has won a landslide victory. The enemy is scattered and powerless. The siege is not just broken, it is annihilated. Your king did not send reinforcements to help you fight. He sent his entire force to make your fight completely unnecessary. Now come out of the ruins, the king is holding a victory parade, and he is waiting to honor you. My child, listen to me. You are that soldier. You have been so consumed with the siege at your gate, the threatening letter from the bank, the alarming lab results, the painful family argument, the suffocating anxiety, that you have been unaware that I, your king, have been waging the real war on your behalf in a higher dimension. Your secret battle, as real and painful as it was, has been a strategic distraction by the enemy. He wanted to keep you fixated on your own crumbling walls, to make you believe that the fate of everything rested on your own exhausted shoulders. But while you were fighting your desperate skirmish, I was commanding the grand war. While you were wrestling with fear, I was dispatching chariots of fire. While you were weeping in solitude, I was rewriting demonic strategies and canceling dark assignments against you. While you were clinging to that last sliver of hope, I was securing a victory so complete that it leaves no room for debate. And I am now the herald on the white horse, standing at the gate of your weary heart, declaring to you, the war is over, the victory is already won, it is finished. I am not speaking this as a comforting phrase or a distant hope. I am declaring this as an irreversible decree, issued from the command center of heaven. By the supreme authority of the name above all names, and by the power of the blood that purchased your freedom, I declare your secret battle to be eternally concluded. The state of war that has existed against your mind, your household, your body, your finances, and your destiny is terminated. A peace treaty has been signed. The enemy's claims are nullified. His weapons are broken and useless. His voice is silenced. The spiritual season has shifted as definitively as winter turns to spring. The chapter of warfare has ended. This is your moment of emancipation. This is your crossing of the Red Sea. You must receive it. You must believe it. Stop wasting your energy fighting a war that has already been won. Lay down the heavy weapons of worry, anxiety, and human striving. It is time to walk out of the fortress of fear. Your king has won the victory, and he is inviting you to the celebration. So what does this victory mean for you? Let me show you the tangible spoils of a war you did not have to win. First, where the battlefield has been your mind, I am releasing a flood of peace. Not the world's peace, which is only the absence of trouble, but my peace, which is wholeness and rest in the middle of storms. This peace will guard your heart and mind. You will sleep deeply again. You will wake and feel light, for the dread is gone. The thoughts that tormented you will lose their rhythm and their power. When the enemy whispers an old fear, a new authority will rise in you, and you will answer calmly, that matter is settled, that battle is over. This peace is the first and most precious spoil of your victory. Second, where the war has been over your finances and provision, I decree reversal and release. The spirit of poverty and constriction is broken. I am Jehovah Jireh, the God who provides. I am breaking the dam that has contained your blessing. I will cause provision to flow from every direction. Forgotten opportunities will resurface. Creative ideas will bloom into fruit. People who wronged you will make it right. Doors once slammed shut will open. You are moving from not enough to more than enough. You will lend and not borrow. You will be blessed to bless others. This is the restoration of your dignity and destiny. Third, where the battle has torn your home and relationships, I am pouring the oil of healing. I am dismantling walls of pride and misunderstanding. I will give you words that unlock hearts. I will restore bonds between parents and children. Prodigals will feel a divine longing and return. Marriages will rediscover love. Your home will become a sanctuary of laughter and peace. My presence will dwell there, and joy will fill the air. Fourth, where the war has been against your body and mind, I am releasing my healing river. I am Jehovah Rapha, your healer. I have seen your pain, and I have felt it as my own. Today, I speak life into your body. Every cell, every nerve, every organ, come into alignment with my will for you, which is wholeness. I command infirmity to release its hold. I speak strength to your bones and clarity to your thoughts. Your healing is in motion. You will feel the fog lift. You will regain energy to live, to dream, and to fulfill your purpose. Your body is my temple, and I am restoring it. This is the landscape of your victory. It is not a dream, it is your new reality. It will unfold before your eyes. People will see the peace replacing anxiety, the favor replacing struggle, the joy replacing sorrow. Your life will become a testimony, a living proof that I am the God who sees, who hears, and who acts on behalf of those I love. So how do you walk into this promise? It begins with one decision. You must choose to believe this word more than you believe your feelings, more than your history, more than your circumstances. Your situation is only an echo of an old war. This word is the sound of your new reality being born. You must stop thinking of yourself as a soldier in a perpetual fight. That role has ended. You are now a royal heir taking possession of your inheritance. You must change your language. The words of the siege must be retired. Struggling, overwhelmed, hopeless, these no longer belong to you. When the enemy tempts you with old thoughts, open your mouth and declare, that is a lie from a defeated foe. The battle for my mind is over, my king has won. When you face a bill that seems impossible, say, my God supplies all my needs. The battle for my finances is over, my king has won. Your words carry authority. Use them to enforce victory. Next, you must pair your belief with action. Faith without works is dead. A victor plans for the future. Start dreaming again. If your health battle is over, begin to live with renewed vision. If your financial war is done, plan generosity. Take one small step toward your promise. That step is your declaration of belief. As you step, I will make the ground solid beneath you. And finally, you must learn to rest. I command you to enter my rest. The season of striving is over. Lay down the burden of control. You are not the general of a losing army. You are a beloved child at a victory feast. Your new task is not to struggle, but to trust. Let my goodness be your food, my promises your shelter, and my peace your rest. Now seal this moment with your declaration. Father in heaven, I hear your voice, and I receive this word as truth for my life. I acknowledge the secret war I have endured. I thank you for seeing me and fighting for me. Today I make a choice. I lay down my weapons of fear and control. I agree with heaven. I declare my secret battle is over. I step out of the ruins of my past and walk into the victory that has been won for me. By faith I declare, the war for my mind is over, my new name is peace. By faith I declare, the war for my finances is over, my new name is abundance. By faith I declare, the war for my home is over, my new name is restoration. By faith I declare, the war for my health is over, my new name is wholeness. I am not who the enemy said I was. I am who you say I am. I am not a victim. I am more than a conqueror through the one who loves me. My new season starts now. I will think it, speak it, and walk in it for the glory of your name. Amen. It is done. A divine exchange has taken place. A line has been drawn. Do not look back. Do not analyze it. Simply walk forward. Do not mourn the years lost. For I am the God who redeems time. I will restore more than you ever lost. The testimony that is forming in you will bring hope to many. Your secret battle is now your greatest testimony. Your deepest wound is now the source of your greatest authority. Your secret battle is over. Your public victory has begun. Arise and shine. Your King has spoken.